Hey, hope you guys are doing well. I have had a day of taxes. Isn't that fun? Anyway, so that was my day getting my taxes in order and trying to do all that. Um, but I'm going to start reading now. So I'm on page 137, about halfway down. Scott's mother, who has taken me in as her own, asks me to wear her wedding dress. I am honored, but do not feel worthy since she has 3 daughters. You are the only one of my girls that would fit in it, she states. I replied, no, to not create waves with my new sisters-in-law, but I am so touched that she loves me in this way. I always wanted a mom. She was the kind of mom I wanted. She knew how to have family, how to always love her children, and how to have warmth and love in her home. Her children always came home. My world seems aligned with love, family, and tons of promise. We get married and head back to the East Coast 3 months later. We're excited about our new life in Boston. Neither one of us has ever been there, but we are excited at the new life we have created together. Oh my God, I can't believe we are moving to New England. Neither one of us has ever been there, I say with excitement. Scott responds along with a smile. Yeah, this is exciting to start our lives together, just the two of us. 2 weeks later, on a cool, crisp September day, he starts work in the city. He meets me at Logan International with a dozen roses. He is a flower guy. I love it. We embrace each other and both exude the childlike excitement of our new home. As we leave the airport, we snake through the traffic of a late afternoon rush hour passing, and Scott points out the Hare Krishna along our way. He hands me a book from them and says, I thought you might like this, but I did not know he ever thought about me being from India. I am put off that he would even think of me in the same category. I realize he is just trying to be to be sweet, so I say nothing. I hope I can go back into hiding and he stops seeing me as an Indian woman. My young man, with so much promise, becomes the boss and is the project manager of a 31-story high-rise at 75 State Street in Boston. For 2 years, our home is a South Shore condo in a suburb. I work in a bank and meet families with direct lineage to the Mayflower. I learn quickly, history really did happen, even though it seems like a story we just heard in school. Plymouth Rock, Boston Tea Party, and the 13 colonies are not history, but the real deal. I'm living it. Scott ascends quickly among the ranks of leadership and is loved by the people he works with. I ask most mornings as I lie in bed at 5 a.m., what time do you think you will be home tonight? He answers with, probably for a late dinner, but if you want to come by and have lunch together, we could do that. We plan our occasional lunches and at times dinners out. All I want is to spend time with the love of my life. He is a provider and a conscientious, hardworking man, but damn, can we just have some time together? Our lives have become the fertile ground for a life of transformation and growth. All that we could want in our palms, but all I really want is the guy that can hug me and melt away every feeling of not belonging. He knows how to do it best. How does one have a full heart and an empty heart at the same time? The fullness based on love transcends forever, even after a loved one dies. But the emptiness is a product of circumstance without a coping skill to handle situations unforeseen. The heart chooses emptiness. We part after years of loving and have had romantic moments cherished forever. With my heart in my hand, I emerge as a woman hell-bent on leaving and wanting to make my own way. In the darkness of depression and sadness, the time comes and we part. Why do we have to part? I have no answer to his cries. You weren't there for me when my Indian dad Thomas died. I just don't think we need to be together anymore. He says, Pushpa, I love you. I'd rather have had all those great memories than not. I don't know why it has to end. Don't forget the great quote by Alfred Lord Tennyson, "'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all." I made both of us pay the ultimate price for me having poor judgment in a situation neither one of us had an understanding about, the death of my biological father. At this point, I still had no recollection of his sexual abuse of me. You know, I just think back to that time and I think about how much of my stuff, sorry about the light and the reflection, but how much of my stuff, you know, how many choices I made were based on that stuff. How many times did I make a choice on something that I had buried so deep, like sexual abuse from my father, and not shared it with him? And then, you know, end up in this situation. I mean, it's just, I look back and I go, my God, you know, I was so messed up mentally, even though I had something so great in my life. And I just, all my baggage got in the way of that. It really, really did. My lack of worthiness, my lack of knowing really who I was, and my lack of feeling just any kind of love, because my childhood had been so odd and strange and disjointed, and I really didn't understand love that much. I knew I had a good thing. I knew this person loved me, and I knew that I loved him. But I didn't understand that when you love somebody, you share all your stuff with them, and you get so that you get to know each other better and respect each other better based on those things that we've all gone through in the past. I mean, everybody has, but you know, I thought I just had to hide all that yuck in my life, all that darkness, all the dirt of my life. I thought I had to hide it from him because I didn't think I was good enough. And to be able to share something that's really awful about yourself makes you really, you know, when you already don't feel good enough, you're not going to share those things. So I think, you know, the biggest damaging thing in that relationship was basically that I never opened up about this kind of stuff, you know, the really deep stuff from my childhood. I never really talked to him and told him some of it. And it was in there festering and just making me make choices that were not good for me. The good choices, I think I was good enough for, but the bad choices I thought I was good enough for. So anyway, that's all I have to say tonight about, you know, this part of my book. You know, I really hope that you're at a point in your life where you can make choices based on something that drives you, whether it's love or joy or just a desire to succeed or whatever it is. I really hope you're in touch with why you do what you do. And maybe, you know, are you holding out on your loved one? Are you not telling them things that you need to tell them? Because sometimes when you don't do those things, the other person obviously doesn't know that that exists, whatever that thing is that you're not telling them. And so I hope that you can find a way, you know, if there's a situation you're in, to really open up to somebody and tell them what it is that you need to get out to be a better person in your relationship. It doesn't have to be the person you're in the relationship with, but it definitely helps because it helps them to understand you better. So anyway, that's all I have to say tonight. I just want to thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate you. And I'm getting towards the end of this book, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my days. I'm sure I'll find something. Anyway, so thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Bye.